Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Wife Coach Era. I'm the founder of Wife Tribe. How are you ladies doing this week thus far? And so I said that I wanted to jump in at least once a week and do a live. And this came to me, and I was like, this is a great topic to talk about. I won't be before you long, but I just wanted to go in today and just share some value with you ladies so we can all continue to have successful marriages, okay? And so let's just jump right into it. I'm going to share my screen really quickly. I hope you guys are having a blessed week thus far, a blessed month as well. And let's just jump right into it. Hold on one second. The four C's on how to have a successful marriage. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm just so sorry, guys, that I didn't have this already in. All right. And so the four C's on how to have a successful marriage. That's what I'm going to be talking about this morning. Okay. And so let's just jump right into it. I know you guys have probably heard this before. Of course, we all have heard this before. Um, it's time to get married. You're already married, and the people around you always tell you that communication is the key to a successful marriage. I know you hear that a million times. I've heard it a million times. Um, it's just something that is known around the world that communication is the key. So that's why I believe it's number one, because even though it's cliche and we talk about it so much, it is very true and very important. Okay. And so we all have had moments where we have said something and wanted to take it back, or our partner has dropped a thoughtless comment that ruins our day. We have to understand the importance of our words. Okay. So that's why communication is critical to the success of any relationship. If you can't raise issues with each other, you won't resolve anything. These things continue to fester and cause resentment and then come out. And so when you don't effectively communicate, it festers and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger over time until it's like a complete blow up. And that's what it says. We're going to erupt later, and then it's just crazy after that. Okay. By comparison, when you can raise issues with each other, things never get out of hand because you can deal with them when they come up. You are not blindsided by surprises unless they are good kind of surprises. Okay. All right. And so we have to understand that communication, effective communication is very, very important. What do I mean by effective communication? I'm meaning that when you communicate, you're not being nasty. Okay. When you communicate, you are not emasculating your partner. When you're communicating, you're not being disrespectful. You are communicating in a thoughtful way, okay? Thoughtful of your partner's feelings, okay? To resolve an issue. You're trying to get to the bottom line of something, and you want to do it in a way so you can actually resolve the issue, not continue the issue um, further. All right. And so for me, I always say it's how we communicate. It's when we communicate. The timing of everything is very important. And so sometimes it's just not the time to talk. Sometimes you just have to be quiet, let things settle, and then address it later. If your spouse is busy doing something, his mind is somewhere else. It's just not a time. You got to select the right time to be able to communicate. Okay. And what to say when you are communicating to your partner, what you're going to say. Okay. You want to always know what you're going to say before you actually say it. You don't want to really talk out of emotion. You want to be reasonable and make sure that you are communicating in a way that is always respectful to your partner. Okay. And so I really feel like this is really important. Even though we hear this a million times, this is just something that doesn't happen a lot of times in marriages. We lose this technique. We lose this. And, that's how things get out of control and fester and blow up. All right. I didn't mean to do that, but let's go on. All right. And so the next one is collaboration. All right. A successful relationship has a telltale sign. Both people work together for the benefit of the marriage. In fact, collaboration are fundamental to all successful partnerships. So when you think about collaborations in business, let's just say, People end up being very, very successful because of collaboration. And so you always have to have that team mate mindset. When it comes to your marriage, you have to keep that in the back of your mind. It's no separatism. You understand? In marriage. And so this is a very good example, because as women, especially, myself, we all grow up. If you grew up in a single mother home, and the mother tell you, you make sure you have your own money, you make sure that you have your own bank account, make sure that you have your own, just in case that man act a fool. All right. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Don't act like your mama didn't tell you that too. All right. And so even though they told you this and it was for your benefit, because you do have certain situations to where it would be important to have those things depending on the person that you are married to. Even if you have a separate account, you have to think of that account as something that's put aside for us, not something that's put aside for I. Just in case something messes up in this marriage, this is something for me to move on with my life. This is something, instead, you want to say, this is something that I have on the side that I'm saving just in case me and my spouse are in need of money or we have an emergency. That's the mindset we have to have. So collaboration is really a mindset. You take that I out and you make it about us, okay? And that's really, really important because, listen, without this mindset of us and teamwork, it's really hard to have a successful marriage, all right? Know who you're married to. All right. That's one point that I wanted to make, because a lot of times people will say, no, that don't make no sense. You need to have your own, just in case this man act up, just in case he is caught in infidelity and I want to leave. I have a way to leave. Listen, know who you married to. All right. And so the reason why so many women can say those things, because they have trust issues with their spouses from the beginning. They have had something that has happened, a red flag, I don't care what you say, something to make them feel like they might need to have this on the side to be able to walk out the door. Okay. And so you always have to keep that in mind. You have to realize who you married to. And I wouldn't suggest that, you be in partnership or collab with anybody, married to anybody. So make sure that you're picking the right partner. So this is something that you can do wholeheartedly, authentically, and genuinely. It's not something that you feel like you're forced to do, or you have a grievance about having to collaborate with the partner that you have. Okay. All right. Consideration at their core of a successful marriage. Oh, that's all. Excuse that. Okay. I was rushing this word, trying to get this done. At the core of a successful marriage, have an essence in common. All right. Both partners are doing the best they can for each other. And the marriage, they always have to put the other person in mind. And so, just having consideration for your partner is just so important. Always having them in mind. We all have bad days. We all have things that we're going through. And as women, we have things that we're going through all the time, body changes, so many different things that we're juggling and dealing with, kids, work, careers, trying to keep our bodies up, trying to follow our aspirations and our dreams. And, we're married on top of that. But even though our loads are heavy and full, we always still have to be in consideration of our partners, of what they're going through, what happens to them when they walk out the door. So we won't have this attitude, because we're so stressed out about our own lives and the things that we have going on, that we lash out as soon as we see them. So we always want to keep our partners um, in mind and be considerate. Okay, so that's the third C. All right, and so the last C is going to be compatibility, guys. Compatibility. This is so big. People don't understand how big this is. Compatibility is huge. All right. The reason why I say compatibility is so huge, because you're living with a person 365 days a year. Okay. You are eating with this person on a daily basis. You are sleeping with this person on a daily basis. You're having sex with this person on a daily basis. I'm talking about your husband, all right? And you are literally sharing your life with this person. So I will hope that you like this person because they are in your midst. Okay. You spend more time with your spouse, possibly more than anybody else in your life. This is who you wake up with. This is who you go to bed with. All right. And so we have to have some form of compatibility in order to make this work. You have to genuinely like the person that you're around in order for you to be successful in marriage for years and years and years and years to come. Okay. And so I'm sure we all heard the old saying, opposites attract, but being compatible gives you a much better chance of having a healthy relationship. You have to like your partner. Having similar interests means you can share them and get excited about the same thing. All right, so that's one thing that I love about my particular marriage is that we have a lot of things in common. What are your commonalities? How do you guys relate? Do you have like the same interests? Do you have the same goals? Um, the same aspirations and the same dreams. And I think, it's really, really helpful when you love the same things and you want to go to the same place. You guys have this view of, where you guys want to go inside your marriage. It just makes things so much easier. So, because if you're going here and your spouse is going there, it's no middle ground and it's no compatibility there. Okay. So think about what it is that you really want in a partner. What traits do you appreciate about people? What makes you excited? These are things that will help you sustain interest in them. Okay. They can also be the reason you enjoy spending time with your partner, which is a must to build a life with someone. And so, yeah, you have to know what it is that this man wants for life before you even jump that broom or do anything. Y'all have to have a common interest. I'm telling you, because o- over time, over years, over decades, things can get dry and boring. And if you guys are not on the same page, you're not going to have an exciting marriage. Okay. And that's just the truth. Um, but also, when you find out that your partner likes something else that you might not like, having the compromise mindset as well will also get you far in life. And so, even if, let's just say, you guys are have a lot of things in common, but it's one thing that you might not have in common, but you see your spouse love this thing, and you're just like, oh, I hate that thing. Just compromising and just being able to play a role in that thing that you don't actually like. Just for the sake of your relationship and just show interest at that time, even if you don't really like it. You can just, participate and support it while he wants to do it anyway. Just like it might, I'm sure, a lot of men don't like a lot of things that we like to do. I want to do, but they show up and they show support. They have no interest in your girl talk. You know what I'm saying? They have no interest in anything that's that feminine stuff that we, love to be involved in, but they will show up and they will be there because they understand compatibility. All right. So this is the four C's that I feel like that I know, I don't feel like that I know for absolute fact that will keep you on track in your marriage. You just always have to remember these things, each and every day. And so this will help you on your journey to having and continue to have a successful marriage. All right. And so I just want to let you know that you can definitely book a discovery call. If you're having some issues with any of the four C's that I've talked about today, you can definitely book a discovery call at theofficialwifetribe.com. We can just talk about it and go over some things of how you can be helped in that way so you can have a successful and a sustainable marriage. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. Oh, I thought I stopped sharing. All right. And so that's all I have for today. I just wanted to jump in, tribe, and just talk about the four C's to a successful marriage. I pray that this information today was valuable for you. So just to let you know, that's what I'm about. I'm about bringing value to the woman that's inside the tribe and outside the tribe. Just to let you know that I do have a public page now for Wife Tribe. It's not just a private page the official wife tribe, but I actually have a public that is called Wife Tribe. And that particular page, I want it open to the public so everybody have an opportunity to get value and to share, their thoughts about marriage and their wisdom as well. But it's not just open to women either; it's open to men. So that's the difference. With the public page. All right. And so I will try to come in here every week and try to give value. If you want to reach out to me, you can always reach out to me via DM on Facebook, of course. But also, definitely go to my website, theofficialwifetribe.com. That's where you can subscribe to keep up with all the things that's coming up in events and things that I have going on within a tribe and outside the tribe as well. So, all right, I hope you guys have a blessed Tuesday. Until next week. All right, love you guys. Bye.